Hello everyone, welcome back to Kingdom Death Monster. We are officially on year 10, and before I get started with the story event, since we're updating the timeline, just want to mention real quick, it might look a little different. Tabletop Simulator had an update. Seems okay so far. The menus look clean. It seemed to load faster, so thumbs up. The only thing they didn't do is add a disable of the autosave option, so cry foul for that. The only feature I was interested in, but whatever. So the first thing we have to do for year 10, rumbling in the dark, and that is over here. Let's see what's going on. A low, constant rumble woke a woman sleeping on the ground. She quietly shifted her bedding aside and lowered her ear to the ground. Something strange was happening out in the darkness. In a breathless moment, the woman's wonder overcame her fear, and she set out to find the source of the tremors underfoot. Nominate a female survivor. That survivor gains 1 permanent strength. Alright. I won't go over everyone we're bringing, but we are going to bring Toadette with us. So, let's give her the strength. She's nominated. And we'll get the next page of this loaded. The woman, Toadette, followed her feet, feeling her way toward the rumble until it became a quake. Ahead she saw a peculiar figure struggling to push a massive sphere up a hill. The object appeared quite heavy, and the creature faltered often, losing ground. Each time it did, it redoubled its efforts and rolled the massive weight back up the hill, shaking the ground anew. At first glance, the struggle appeared clumsy and pathetic, but as she watched, the woman was taken by the creature's unrelenting perseverance. Even after the monster crested the hill and vanished, its noble form and simple mission stayed with her. Admiration was too weak a word to describe her feelings. The nominated female survivor gains the Vermin Obsession disorder. Alright. Vermin Obsession, if I remember, isn't too bad. So definitely not that big of a deal to have Vermin Obsession. Ooh, oh, never mind. Like, some of them are named. I've noticed some of them are named, but a lot of them aren't. I was hoping I could quickly search for it. Where is it? There it is. Vermin Obsession. And this one says, you love insects. While there's a bug spot terrain tile on the showdown board, you are so overwhelmed that you are doomed. So Toadette really likes bugs. She's a bug catcher. And we have a little more story to go. The woman quietly stole back into the settlement, waking no one. Although the others slept soundly, she remained awake, invigorated by witnessing such dedication and exertion. She searched the settlement for the smoothest object she could find and began to roll it, emulating the monster. She would teach the settlement its ways and show them perfect persistence. Gain the round stone training innovation. You may now hunt the dung beetle knight, added to the quarries list on the settlement sheet. Alright, so let's do that first. But for today, I figured to fight something new, and because he unlocked first, we're going to go fight the Flower Knight today. But before we go and fight the Flower Knight, we need to get the... there it is. Round stone training. Now, real quick before I look at this, I notice it says it's a nightmare training consequence. Some of the add-on content, you can see nightmare training here. this reference sheet only does the core set. So for that, we will, real quick, I will go through this innovation deck. I want to make sure no other cards, none of the new stuff has consequences listed. If they do, I will add them to the deck. So we never had Hands of the Sun. But this right here, Shadow Dancing, this is a Hovel consequence, so we will add that to the deck. See, stuff like that should have been added to the deck already. Sun language, I would say we don't get. I'm playing with the Sun DL or expansion. I keep calling it DLC. I'm so bad. Just taking a drink of my soda. But this one is like an alternate to language, so I don't think we can even unlock this unless we did a Sun campaign, so I'll just leave that one alone. I'm not going to have us start with that and language. Forbidden Dance consequence. Alright, we haven't gotten Forbidden Dance. We did have storytelling before. We don't have it now, but we had storytelling. I had to destroy it due to Gorm weather. So since we had storytelling, I will add War Room to the deck. This is a Hovel consequence, so we'll add Settlement Watch to the deck. Sculpture, Forbidden Dance, Ammonia. Okay, that should be the rest of them. Yeah, because we haven't had Forbidden Dance yet. Okay, so we have Roundstone Training. Can spend an endeavor to train. If you get a 1, you get Motion Sickness. You get a 2, you get Cross Arm Block. 3 to 8, Tumble. 9 or 10, you have a Serene Moment. Gain 3 Insanity in either the Carapace of Will or Propulsion Drive. Secret Fighting Art. Well, this place actually seems useful. I don't know what any of those fighting arts do, but it still seems useful. So that's the story event done. We have Dung Beetle unlocked. The next thing to do, Gorm Climate, the Revenge. Oh, Gorm Climate, how will you treat me this time? A 3. Well, unfortunately for us, 1, 2, and 3, the jagged pellets of sizzling hail will rain from the sky. Yeah, I'm not gonna let it destroy everything in my storage because we have a ton of resources, so we need to dismantle an innovation to make it stop. Or to protect ourselves. I may as well get rid of the one we just got. That's annoying. And add Gorm Climate to the next Lantern Year. Oh man. I'm going to probably fight a Gorm and hopefully get rid of that weather for good next year. But this year I want to fight the Flower Knight. The Hooded Knight's coming up soon. Alright. So with that done, we're just about ready to depart. There's 2 things I want to do first. I want to spend a hide to make a bandage. So we have 2 bandages. Because the Flower Knight here, it seems to me that the Flower Knight is going to be an enemy that does a lot of bleeding damage. And I know from looking at one of his trait cards while I was setting up his AI deck and stuff. The other thing I want to do is spend a Monster Bone and the Golden Whiskers. We'll get rid of those. And we're just going to make a Whisker Harp. Yeah, Golden Whiskers and a Bone. This is just so we have something else to do. We can hopefully eliminate moods that come into play. Or anything annoying. With that, we're just about ready to depart. So let's go over our characters real quick. We're bringing Link with us. He's got Rawhide set equipped. I don't want the steel sword with him, because I don't think we'll need it. We'll just use the steel. No, I do want the steel sword. I don't want the scrap sword. That's what I meant to say. So we're taking Link. He gets 2 evasion, 1 for the Rawhide armor, 1 for the monster grease. He'll get a strength token, 1 for Quixotic. He'll gain a survival for Quixotic. And then he'll gain a survival for Rawhide gloves and boots. And then 3 survival for settlement innovations, which is Lantern, Oven, Hovel, and Family. I think that covers it for him. He does have a consumable, and he is indecisive at the moment. I need to remember that's there. Amoongus is gonna join us. Amoongus Mushroom. He'll get 3 survival for the innovations, 1 for the fecal salve. I don't have a good way to get red, like 2 red affinities, so we're just gonna leave the monster necklace here. And this guy doesn't get any tokens. Pretty vanilla. So I think that's all Amoongus gets. Toadette will be the other character joining us. Now she is vermin obsessed. She has the other, right, the armor set. Let me get this card out. She has the other Rawhide armor set, so she will be our second tank, hopefully. 2 survival for the Rawhide gloves and boots, 3 for departing innovations. She's the shield, as well as the cat eye circlet. Actually, I want to move the cat eye circlet over to him. He's going to be our main support guy, I think. And she's going to try and take the attacks. I kind of know how the Flower Knight works. I'm not too familiar with him, but I kind of know. Anyway, 2 evasion tokens, monster grease, vest with the affinities, and I think that's all she gets. So that'll be her. And then Palutena is joining us. Since she is departing against the Flower Knight, she will lose her flower addiction. And she is going to be our main damage dealer with the Zanbato. Gets 2 survival for dried acanthus, 1 for the fecal salve, and then 3 for departing. She gets a 1 luck for the virus flower and 1 luck for the lucky charm with the 3 blue affinity. And that's going to be really good because the luck against this guy is a great thing. So the Zanbato is deadly and devastating. So as long as I don't hit a super dense location, we can do crazy damage, and we crit on 9, 8, 7. We crit on 7s with 2 luck and deadly. So I'm hoping to just get crits, deadly stuff, as long as her skull helm doesn't break. Well, devastating as long as her skull helm doesn't break. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. The only thing I have to do is set up the hunt board. So for the Flower Knight, all of the first hunt spaces here have random events. And then all of the spaces after the middle, instead of approaching darkness, we get the Flower Gate event for the center. And then we will have Flower Night events after that. Now there's no model for the Flower Night, so we'll just be using this token here. And I think he starts on the 3rd space. Yes, we're going to be fighting a level 2 Flower Knight. And our survivors actually start on the 1st card, which means we won't be flipping it over. Yeah. Alright, so I guess we're ready to go. So that's flipping. So once we get to the Flower Knight, then I'll explain what his cards do and his fairy ring. I did already set that up as it's always present. I guess Link will lead the way as the first event revealer. Oh. Hey, we got the Object of Desire. Lonely Tree Hunt event. The survivors see a tree in the distance. Reaching up from the horizon like a desperate, gnarled hand, players may nominate a survivor with 3+ courage to investigate. If they do, add the Lonely Tree terrain card to the showdown setup and roll on the table. Alright. Well, do I have 3+ courage? If anybody. No. 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 Okay, we can't do this event. So roll a random hunt event if you do not investigate. Alright, well what would have happened? 1 to 3 are removed from the rest of the hunt phase, start the showdown, knock down adjacent to the Lonely Tree with the priority target. 4 up, there's something unsettling about that tree. Suffer 2 brain damage and start the showdown adjacent to the Lonely Tree. Oh. So this is kind of cool. If you roll a 4 or higher, your whole team starts next to the tree, which means you'll be closer to the monster, I guess. I guess that could be cool. We just get a random event though, since we are not investigating the tree. So we get a 9 and a 10. That will be a 9 flat. Hunt events. 9 to 15. What are we doing here? Golden light. A golden light blinds... Oh, I didn't mean to pick it up. Blinds the survivors, stopping them in their tracks. The light shines from a single source. The event revealer may investigate or wait for the light to fade. If they wait, roll again on the hunt event table. Nah, we'll go check out the light. Check out the light, Link. Go get it. Now, Link is indecisive, so I have to roll twice and choose the lowest. So while I would love that 9, I guess we're taking a 7. Yeah. So, if you decide to investigate, gain 1 courage. Cool, we'll do that. We got 7. You wander through the light, bathe in a warm, awful feeling. You don't find anything, but suffer 1 brain event damage from exposure. Oh, okay, whatever. So we gain a courage. Take a brain damage. That's not so bad. And then we'll move on. That was the random event for the card. So next up, Amoongus. Random event. The rest of these should be random events, because there's only one other card, which was the tree one. And we finally, 10 years later, draw into it. You get a 71. Let's find out what's going on here. 71. Found relic. Amidst the endless stone faces, the event revealer notices an unusual object on the ground. Roll on the table. Well, Amoongus, what's on the ground? A 2. Good job. Oh, I swear, this is bad. You find a weathered purple stone with a swirling texture. It is shockingly heavy. Mesmerized by the stone, you hide it from the other survivors. Gain -1 movement token as you lug the stone around. Oh man. It's not the biggest deal, but... Alright, -1 movement for Amoongus because he took a stone and it seems to not do anything. This goes back into this deck. We'll move on forward. Toadette's turn. Random event. $96. Same page? No, not the same page. 96. Cauldron. The smell of cooking meat draws the survivors to a gigantic black cauldron. Pot is filled with thick, dark stew. Any survivor may choose to consume the stew while on the table. Insane survivors and survivors with binge eating disorder must consume. If a survivor has 3+ understanding, they may put a consumable gear or resource into the pot to gain +2 to the roll result. Okay. So, insane people and binge eaters must consume. That would be Link is the only insane person and a binge eater. So tell you what, I'll let Link do it first, and then once I see the results, we'll see if I want to eat the stew with anybody else. And Link has to roll twice and pick the lowest. God damn it. A 3. 3 to 4. No matter how much you eat, you're still hungry. Gain a binge eating disorder. If you already have this, suffer -1 survival instead. Well, that's annoying. So what are the positive things on this if I rolled high? 9 up. Choose to gain 1. 3 weapon proficiency levels. Oh, wow. Select one now if you don't have it. And a random disorder. 1 permanent strength. Or cure 1 severe permanent injury. Stew tastes like warm blood. Gain survival 1. Sandy 1 to 2. You try to eat the cauldron's empty. Calls out to be filled. You slice deep into your flesh to nourish the cauldron with blood. Gain a random non-lethal severe injury to your arms. I'm gonna do this one at a time. Let's have Amoongus. Amoongus is gonna eat from the cauldron. So I don't know if I want everyone to do this. Oh! Oh! We get a 9! We get a 9. Thank you, wall. What am I looking at here? Cauldron? Right, this chart. Do I gain... If I had 3+ understanding, I could put a consumable gear resource into it. But I don't want to sacrifice anything. And I don't have any resources on him. We didn't get anything. So we got a 9. I could get 3 weapon proficiency levels. If you don't have a weapon type selected, you select one now. And then a random disorder. I think I want that. Fuck permanent strength. Cure a severe injury, doesn't have one. So 3 weapon proficiency levels will already become a specialist. I may as well become a spear specialist. That seems super useful. I should roll on this chart with everybody. Spear. Alright. This card is big. Let's shrink it. Please. There we go. When attacking with a spear, if you draw a trap, roll 1d10. On a 7 up, cancel the trap, discard it, then reshuffle the hit location, discard into the hit location deck, and draw a new card. Once per round. Wow, that's so good! Man, I really should have focused on getting weapon specialization sooner. Alright, Toadette, eat from the stew. Can you get a weapon proficiency? She gets an 8. It's not bad, but it's not the thing we want. Didn't mean to zoom in that hard. Tastes like warm blood. 1 survival, 1 insanity. How do you know what warm blood tastes like, Toadette? Alright, and now we'll have, oh, we get disorder too, right? For Amingus. Okay, so Amingus gets a random disorder. Why couldn't he just get positive things? Shallow lungs. When you encourage, you are knocked down. That's annoying. It's not the worst thing in the world, but definitely annoying. Because he can't really encourage until the end of his turn. Palutena will eat from the stew as well. Come on, get a 9 or a 10. Oh yes! Oh, she's a spear specialist too. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to fix that, the grand weapon, before I left. Well, it's too late for me to do that, I guess. I wanted to change what she was, the grand weapon, but she'll be a spear specialist as well. And she'll get a random disorder. If one of them can make it to spear mastery, that's fine. Hey, we got 2 people that can, well, she's not attacking with a spear, so it doesn't matter to her. She gets unlucky. You cannot critically wound. Oh no. Oh no. We need to make sure she gets a new disorder to replace that one immediately. She's my crit build. And critting against the Flower Knight is really good. Oh no. Damn it. I missed out on a grand weapon specialization and she can't crit? Woe is me. Okay, that was 1, that was 2, that was 3. So Palutena is the final random event revealer before we get to the Forest Gate. Palutena gets an 80 flat. Hopefully we get a disorder from this for some reason. Lovelorn Rock. The survivors pass a ring of stones with an unassuming boulder at the center. Every survivor must roll 1d10. Lowest scoring survivor becomes the straggler. Alright. And Link has to roll twice and she's the lowest. So Link got a 5. 3 is the lowest though. Toadette is the straggler. The straggler is smitten with the rock. They heft the boulder. It's heavy and carry it everywhere. Forever in love, the straggler loses 1 gear slot permanently to the rock. This survivor must always leave 1 gear space empty to hold their rock. The rock can be lost like normal gear. Record this on your survivor sheet. Toadette. Oh, thank God she has an empty space. Okay, how can I... I guess that will work. It won't let me edit the description on this thing. Can I change the name to the Lovelorn Rock? And when it's flipped upside down, no, it's hidden. Okay, we'll just use a token to represent it. She's crazy in love with a rock, so the Lunacy token works. Lovelorn Rock can be lost normally, must always be taken with this character. Okay. So we have the Lovelorn Rock for Toadette. And we'll move on. We do hit something that made them explode. But we reached the Forest Gate. The survivors approach an ominous gate. Trees and shadows lay beyond. The forest wants what it wants. So that event is here in the Flower Night book. I'm just going to take a drink real quick. Oh. Alright. Silence and darkness is broken by a glowing hum that whispers into their bones. When survivors land on an overwhelming darkness space, they instead resolve the forest wants what it wants. Survivors may not pass over this space and must stop to resolve this event. The survivors test the gate. Well, 1d10. Alright, this thing's not so bad. In fact, I think this thing is better than, got a 5. This thing is better than, Overwhelming Darkness. In, like, so many ways, this thing is better. But here's what happens. We rolled a 5. Now, before we determine our result here, after rolling to test the gate, each survivor may do any or all of the following actions once to increase the roll result. So you can do 4 different things with each survivor, up to 4 different things from what I understand. And then you increase your number. We kind of want 13 plus, but getting 8 to 12 is at least acceptable. If you resolve with 1 to 7, you suffer starvation. The hunt ends, you get nothing, and you undergo the starvation event, which is remove D5 resources from settlement storage. So that's bad. We have a 5 right now. What we can do, we can gain a -1 attribute token of our choice to add 1 to the result. Gain a bleeding token to add 1 to the result, aka bandages are super good here. Gain a random disorder, or archive 1 gear from your grid. Now, that's the worst one. We don't want to do that, but what we do want to do is abuse the first 3, especially the first one. Because the first one and the disorders usually aren't so bad. In fact, we'll do a disorder for Link right now. So I'm just going to set this to 6. Link will take a disorder and replace one of his 3 existing disorders. Ghostly Beauty. You cannot experience fear if you do not exist. Double all insanity you gain. Double all survival you spend. What a weird disorder. We're going to get rid of indecision because indecision is so bad. I did put that back on top, right? Yeah. Okay. And now for Palutena, we can get rid of this unlucky. She will gain a disorder. So we're at 7. Honorable. That's not so bad. Cannot attack the monster from its blind spot or if it's knocked down. That's much more better than unlucky. So we'll replace unlucky with honorable. And now we're at 7. I think we want at least 1 more. Because I don't mind taking a bleeding token for the begrudging welcome. So we'll get a -1 attribute token of our choice. Well, a really good and easy thing to do is just get a -1 luck token. Because in this fight you're going to be getting tons of luck tokens. And even at -1 luck, a Lantern 10 still counts as a critical hit. Correct me if I'm mistaken on that, but I believe a Lantern 10 still counts as a critical hit. So if you wanted to, you could give for all of your guys a -1 luck token as an easy way to get +4. But I'll only go to 8 because it's 9, 10, 11 if I gave 3 more -1 luck tokens, 12, 13 if I gave 2 more disorders. Or I could give out 2 bleeding tokens. The only thing the 13 up does is we'll get 1d5 insanity and 1 understanding. Uh, I'm not too worried about doing that though. So everyone will get a bleeding token because we'll just begrudgingly enter, or the gate will begrudgingly allow us to pass. So let's read that story event. The gate swings open a fraction, the hinges swinging like a forlorn flute, playing a melancholy welcome. Survivors force their way through, each gaining a bleeding token. You know, it says it swings open. I think we can walk through fine. Just saying. But that's okay. We all have bleeding tokens now. So that's the forest wants what it wants. Not so bad. And now we can get to Flower Night events. Watched. While walking among the enormous scaly trunks of massive trees, the survivors come to a clearing. Thin, black, naked birches stand in a strange row before them. As they approach, the ground twitches and twists violently, knocking the survivors off their feet. A slit in the ground forms and widens, revealing the moist membrane of an enormous eye. Reduce all survivors' insanity to 0 as they run away screaming, followed by the gaze of one colossal eye. Oh. Well, why do they lose their insanity? Oh, I'm not insane anymore. Which, I'll have to remember this ghostly beauty thing. He's gonna be losing a lot of survival. You're at 0. You're at 0. You're at 0. Okay. That was weird. Apparently we're on top of a giant monster. Move everybody forward. Sticky meadow. A dewy meadow lays before the survivors. Sloshing through the moist, sticky grass, any boots the survivors are wearing become waterlogged. Heavy with sweet-smelling nectar, the survivor finds it difficult to lift their feet as they walk. Each survivor with leg armor chooses to either gain a -1 movement token or reduce the armor at their legs location to 0. Well, let's see. He's got leg. May as well reduce his movement by 1. She doesn't have leg or foot. She does. May as well reduce her movement by 1. Who else's movement went down? I thought someone else did. She doesn't. Oh, his went down. So that's fine. That's an annoying event, but that's not too big a deal. With that event out of the way, we engage the Flower Night. So, let's fight. And I will introduce us to Mr. Flower Knight here. Like I said, there's no model for him, so we'll just use this token, shrink it a bit so it fits better. And the arrow denotes which way he is facing. Alright. Back to the Showdown setup page. That was the wrong book. Book on top. There you go, Showdown. Let's introduce ourselves. In the heart of the forest dwells a delicate gardener who appreciates solitude over all things. Sadly, the dangerous flora and fauna it cultivates are desired by many. To preserve the hidden world it has created for itself, it trades its tools for a deadly blade without hesitation. Alright. Before I talk about him, we have to set up the fairy ring, which is in the middle. one Flower Patch terrain card and one random terrain card. So let's get the Flower Patch. And while I'm looking for the Flower Patch, I guess I'll say that the Fairy Ring isn't too big a deal. Basically, it's his arena. There's some special rules regarding it, and other terrain cannot be placed inside of the Flower Ring. So we get a Survivor Corpse. That's going to be like far away in a corner. That's kind of annoying. Probably ignore it. Maybe. And we get 2 Flower Patches because you get star level, monster level Flower Patches. And we are fighting a level 2. So Flower Patches set up within 2 borges of a board edge. Well, we'll just bring it down here. 2 spaces, not 2, whatever the hell I just said. This guy has to be 6 away from all other terrain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just put the corpse over here. That should be fine. And then as for us, we get set up along the outer edge of the ring. Yeah, all the outer edge spots. So we'll just put a Mungus here. Now this Fairy Ring is kind of weird hitboxes, so sometimes the guys might be falling down. We'll put Link here. Amoonguss, Toadette can be here, and Palutena can be here. Let me see if I can. It doesn't exactly fit completely. Damn it. Alright, whatever. Maybe I'll shrink it one more time. Will that help you guys out? No? That's so weird. Okay, he fit now. What about you? There you go. So, it's in the middle. I guess we'll follow. I have to make sure I follow these edges to know where exactly it is. But, can I make it bigger now? It just knocked her down and him. Alright, whatever. We'll leave him sideways. It's not that big a deal. So, I'll set up like this. And with this setup done, let's introduce ourselves to Mr. Flower Knight. So he is 8 toughness, 8 movement, 1 bonus damage for a level 2. He has Bloom. Every time you see this appear on one of his AI cards, he will target a random survivor outside of the ring. They suddenly vanish, getting a +1 luck token, and doomed until the end of the monster turn. Then the target emerges from a flower. They just get placed standing in the closest free space in the ring. Turn the monster to face them. That's all Bloom does. Get a luck token, get pulled into the ring, monster faces you, probably attacks you. Razor bulbs, rows of dangerous hooked vines face inwards towards the center of the ring. Whenever you leave the fairy ring, you get a bleeding token, because apparently the survivors can't just jump over those hardly knee-high. They look like they're knee-high. You can just jump over them, unless you were like getting knocked back, but whatever. Leave the ring, get a bleeding token. So yeah, I saw this and thought it'd be a good idea to bring bandages for this guy, just like with the butcher. And then he has set roots. This is one of his big gimmicks. He gets a +1 damage token for everybody in the fairy ring. So normally he has 0, at level 2 he has 1. And most of his attacks, I think, do 0 damage. Flower Knight does not allow terrain to exist inside the fairy ring. If a terrain tile moves into the fairy ring, it stops short at its border. If it would be placed inside the fairy ring, nothing happens instead. So we'll shuffle up the hit deck, shuffle up the AI deck, and with that, we're ready to go. So let's see what the Flower Knight wants to do. Hyper Vigilance. When this comes into play, draw an AI. At the end of each monster turn, if there are any threats in the fairy ring, perform basic action. Well, see, this is one of the reasons why we got the goddamn harp for. So I don't like that. Majestic Onslaught. Alright, he is going to perform Bloom. So Bloom is a random survivor. In range, right? Just outside the ring. So we get 3. That will be a Mungus. So he'll get pulled in to the nearest free space, which would be one of these two. I guess evens or odds. Evens will be up, odds will be right. Alright, evens. So he's here. And he gets a +1 luck token. And you can already see that his -1, well, he didn't get a -1 luck, but a -1 luck would have already been offset. Next, closest threat facing in the ring. He would have turned to face him, and he is facing him already. So, Amoongus is the target, and then move and attack the target. If the target doesn't suffer any injuries, the Flower Knight shrieks angrily. All survivors suffer 1d10 brain damage. Well, during the flow, before move and attack, we will dash to get back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'll just dash to here so we take the attack, because 1d10 brain damage for everyone? That's a lot. I don't know if I want to suffer severe brain injuries. So we'll move here. I get a bleed token for leaving the ring. You know what? We'll move here with our dash. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's outside of the ring. And he is going to reach us and do his attack. 3 dice. Does 1 damage. 2 up hits. So we get 3 hits as he has 0 evasion. And that'll be 1 damage to 3 hit locations. Get the foot, the hand, and the hand. Well, I don't want to be knocked down already. So I will dodge 1 of the hands, and then we'll take 1 to the hand and 1 to the foot. Alright, I wish I had more armor. I really do. I've been going so long without, like, solid armor. It's starting to hurt. If the target did not suffer any injuries, light, heavy, or severe, we did get light, so he won't shriek at us. And it is now our turn. First thing I want to do, we'll move Amoongus. No one was in the ring, so no hypervigilance, but we will move Amoongus. 1, 2, 3. I will strum on the Whisker Harp, because I want to get rid of that mood. Oh no, it's a 1. I will surge, and we will strum on the harp again. Almost double 1s. So this gets discarded. I don't need him getting extra attacks, so I'm glad that's gone. Next up, Link. Or I can scry. Who has the cat ear? Oh, I gave it to him. Okay, well, that's fine. What I will do... I guess Link can get in the fairy ring. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get in the fairy ring. And we'll swing our steel sword of awesomeness at his back. So 1 dice hits on a 3. That is a hit. The steel sword. It's amazing. 4 up to hit. Retreating feint. So here's the other gimmick with this guy. He parries with his what would you call it? Fencing blade. Fencing specialized blade. Not a scimitar. His sword. And unless you roll crits, you do not pierce through and cause a wound on these locations. So I need a 10, even with a -1. I'm pretty sure I still crit on 10s. Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my. What a roll. So we do not fail. And we get a critical wound. So first I'll cause the wound. The reaction doesn't happen, and now we get a chance to break through. Breakthrough, this guy is kind of like the Kingsman with his breakthrough. For a brief instant, a weakness is found in the Flower Knight's seemingly impenetrable defenses. With a ferocious blow, the survivor is able to overcome the Flower Knight's bird-like reflexes. If the settlement has innovated drums, the rhythm of battle is maddening. All survivors gain +2 insanity. Seizing the moment, the attacker attempts to break through. Okay. Well, Link gets 4 insanity, and when he gets insanity, because he is peerless, he gets survival. So he's at 7. And 2, 2, 2, and now we will attempt to break through. We basically want a 10 to get a fighting art. We do roll an 8 though. So, the Flower Knight chirps and stumbles. Its armor is subtly shifting colors. Gain 1 survival and a +1 luck token. So the luck is now counterbalanced and we're still at 10. And the survival doesn't matter. So, good hit. Link will go again, so we'll surge. And while I'm thinking about it, we have one guy in the fairy ring, so his damage does go up by 1. If he had a bunch of ranged weapons, I imagine this fight is pretty great. We do hit. Delicate knee joint. This armored joint is delicate. -2 toughness to wound, so only 6. That means I'll wound no matter what I roll, as we have a natural strength and a sword strength of 5. I'll re-roll that. That clashed way too hard with Link. We're basically trying to get another 10 here. Do get a 3, so it'll just be a wound. No critical wound. But a wound is a wound, so good job, Link. Doing work for us. Alright, next up, Toadette. Toadette will pick the flower patch that she is above. Do get a 10. This flower patch is really generous. You just need a 2+. Gain a +1 luck token and a random flower resource. Archive the terrain. All of the Flower Knight's resources are flowers, so just get 1 here. We get a osseous bloom. Perishable. You may consume and archive this during the showdown to remove all your bleeding tokens and negative attribute tokens. Gain the flower addiction disorder. We don't want to do that. 1, 2, 3. We'll leave her here. And finally, Palutena. Palutena will stay outside the ring. 1, 2. I'll move her here. But we'll stay outside the ring, and we will fecal salve it up. So we will no longer be a threat. And that will end my turn. So Flower Knight, what say you? Do a thing. Noxious. When this comes into play, draw an AI. At the end of the survivor's turn, all survivors inside the fairy ring are knocked down. If he had bruised ego, this would be discarded. Okay, that's annoying. Wrathful Vine Strike. Perform Bloom. Alright, so random survivor outside of the terrain. We'll do the normal thing when there's 3 people to choose from. 10 is a reroll. 6, that would be Toadette. Toadette gets pulled into the ring. She gets a +1 luck token. And she... what else happens? She's doomed, right? And then this guy turns to face her. Place the Flower Knight in the center of the showdown board. Target all survivors in the fairy ring. Oh god, damn it. So place effects supersede movement. They're kind of like teleports. Perform a separate attack against each target. Each attack gains +1 speed for every survivor in the fairy ring. Wow. So it's actually 4 dice. Okay, well fuck that. So Link is going to dash. Cost 2. We'll dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll dash to here. He'll take a bleeding token for leaving the fairy ring. There was a flow on the card there. Oh, he only has 4 movement, so we'll dash to here. So this will be 3 dice that she can't do anything about. Hits on 4s, I believe, due to her 2 evasion. Gets a 7, a 7, and a 6. That sucks. That die decided to roll over there. That would be 3 hits. Where are the rest of the hit location dice? Hang in there, Toadette. Hang in there. The foot, the body, and the waist. Now, only 1 person's in the ring. So still 2 damage per hit. And after damage, it will be knockback 7. So foot, body, waist. It's 2 damage. We'll dodge 1. We'll dodge the body. Take 2 to the waist and 2 to the foot. And then knockback 7. 2, 3. Now, it doesn't say knock down or bash. That's a nasty card. Seems like you definitely want to stay outside of the goddamn fairy ring and then always dash back out. I don't know. This one we shouldn't need. Alright. Our turn. Palutena is not knocked down. She just can't stand there. So... first we'll strum the Whisker Harp. Oh, right. At the end of the survivor's turn, they would be knocked down. So we'll strum the harp. Do get a 9. So that is discarded from play. And I guess I'll surge. And we'll just dig in this survivor's corpse. So get an 8. Gain 3 insanity, 1 skull terrain basic resource. Not skull terrain, but skull basic resource. So we get a skull. And when we get a skull, survivor of your choice gains 1 insanity. So he gains 3. And we'll give the 1 insanity to Link because it'll be 2 and he'll get survival for being peerless. So the next thing I want to do, can put that away. He strummed, he surged. What else can Toadette do? We'll just have Toadette pick the flower patch here. So get a 5. That'll be a +1 luck token. And that'll be a random flower resource. She gets a warbling bloom. You may plant this during the settlement phase to archive it and gain +1 population. The survivor is born with the flower addiction disorder and a face just like the warbling blooms. That's an interesting card. It counts as a hide as well. So I'll probably turn it into leather. We can get some warbling leather. Alright, so that's interesting. We don't need this anymore. 1, 2... I'm actually going to surge and block. Let's put the shield to good use. So we will surge and block. Palutena. See, I think this guy has a super dense hit location, I'm pretty sure, and I don't want to hit it without scrying. Palutena will salve up, fecal salve herself. We'll stay out of the ring for now. Link will throw a bone dart. So let's throw a bone dart. 5, he doesn't have accuracy, so yeah, 5 doesn't hit. We'll end our turn after that. So let's see what the Flower Knight wants to do. Pollen Strike. If there are no threats in the fairy ring, perform Bloom. So who is it? Getting a 2. So Link is back in the ring. I've got to start having Toadette bandage people because I'm probably going to retreat. So he gets a +1 luck token. He's doomed. Right, can't retreat yet because he's doomed. The fact that this dooms you is the worst. And then he turns to him. Class is Survivor. It's definitely Link. 2 speed, 4+ accuracy. If the target did not suffer any injuries, green dust will spew from the Flower Knight, making him feel dizzy. Gain a -1 strength token. Well, it hits on 4s. This attack seems a lot calmer. And Link does have armor. It's only 2 dice. So 9 is a hit, 2 is not. Get hit in the head. That'll be 2 damage to the head. We didn't suffer any injuries, so he gets a -1 strength token. So many tokens. Alright, and that will about do it for his turn. So that attack's not too bad. Okay. Let's check in movement values. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's scry the top 3 cards of the hit location deck. We have Fae Sabatons. Ooh, that's actually good. I can get kicked out of the ring. Parry location. Writhing Flora. Ah, this is where you can bruise his ego. Okay. Well, it looks like I need to crit stuff anyway, but we'll put the impervious location as second. Whoops. We'll have Link go second. 1, 2, 3. Can't get behind him because we only have 4 movement. We'll swing our steel sword here. A 2 does not hit, unfortunately. So what I will do is burn 2 survival, 2 surge, and we'll swing our steel sword again. 3 does not hit either. We don't have accuracy. Oh, Link! I had the perfect plan and you ruined it. Because I wanted him to get knocked out, and then we could have bandaged him up with Toadette. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Toadette will block. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. She gets 5 movement. 5. Palutena will come over here. Maybe I should just go all in on this thing. Palutena will fecal salve up once again. So Flower Knight's turn. Nothing big going down for us so far. Venomous Sting. If there are no threats in the fairy ring, perform Bloom. Well, there is a threat in the ring. Closest threat facing in the ring. Closest threat in the ring. So, Link. Move and attack. 3 speed, 2 plus accuracy. If you don't suffer any injuries, you get 2 bleeding tokens. Alright, Link. I think Link can handle taking this hit. I really hate his disorder at the moment. 2 survival for every 1. So that's a miss. That 3 is also a miss, as he has 2 evasion. So he needs 4s to hit. 1 hit. Taking it to the head again. Head's dangerous, so I will dodge. Which means we get 2 bleeding tokens, which also means I can't just leave the ring. So he failed to wound. He draws his stinger, and we get 2 bleeding tokens. Okay. Well, time to make this fight interesting / dangerous, I guess. We'll have Amoonguss go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right in front of him, and we'll bandage Link. And then I guess I'll surge and bandage Link again. So we'll wrap him up in all the bandages as if we're playing Left 4 Dead. Toadette here. His damage counter does go up. Link will 1, 2, 3 walk out. 4. He'll walk out to here, so his damage will go down. And we'll throw Bone Dart. We get a bleeding token for leaving the ring. And we will throw Bone Dart. Do get an 8, so we will cause a hit. It is the Fae Sabatons that are being hit. And we're not adjacent to him, so we don't have to worry about anything. We just want to wound. Do roll a 4. 4 and 3 is 7, and 2 will be 9. So we do cause a wound. No problems there. Alright, next up, Toadette. Possibly. It's either Toadette or Palutena gets in there. I really wish he didn't have the Bone Dart now. Maybe I should have fixed up some of this stuff. Although she's got this stupid Lovelorn rock. The impervious hit location is next. Oh right, he's a spear specialist, so I can hit the trap location with him and possibly cancel it. Palutena will 1, 2, 3 block. Yeah, she'll block. And then, or Palutena will fecal salve. Toadette will block. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Alright, Flower Knight. Appel. So there's a threat, or there's a survivor in the fairy ring. No bloom. Closest threat facing will be Amoongus. 2 attacks at 2+ accuracy. After damage, they'll get knockback and gain a luck token, or lose a luck token. Gain a -1 luck token. Okay, so that's fine. This attack doesn't seem too bad. Probably the best one yet. So that is a hit and a hit. So we have no evasion. 2 hits, 2 damage to the body and the body. Well, that's not so good. We have to take 1. I will dodge the other. Since we got hit, you will get knockback 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're back here. We get a bleeding token. It doesn't say we suffer bash, though. So that's cool. And I suppose that will end the turn. I wish I brought more ranged weapons and stuff. Alright. We'll have Palutena go. Does she have 5 movements still? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have her get up into the side of this guy and swing the Zanbato once. So we do get a 5. We do have an accuracy. So a 5 does hit. We'll hit that impervious location. Possibly critically wound. We have a lot of luck, and we are deadly. That's a 6. Deadly is 9, and then 2 luck would be 8, 7. So no critical wound on the impervious location. I will surge though. The next location is a parry. So we'll swing again and hopefully I can crit. Hit and then crit. Hopefully. Do get a 9, so we do get a hit. Retreating feint. Alright, he would knock her down. We do get a critical hit. So first of all, we ignore the retaliation. Second of all, devastating attack. 2 damage to him. And then, thirdly, we do not have fencing, so we can roll to break through. We get a 9. So 9 for the breakthrough. Stumbles again. His armor changes colors again. We gain a survival and a +1 luck token. So now we're critting on 6s. Alright, cool. So that's Palutena. Next up, we'll have Amoongus. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Amoongus will scry. So Furious Riposte, Hypnotic Deflection, and the Armored Back. Alright. So we'll get that one up first, and then what is this one? If you fail, perform basic action. If you fail, he turns to face them, you get 2 insanity. Well, that one seems better. So we'll put that one second. If Palutena can just keep wounding this guy, that would be good. You know what? You know what? Hold on, let me look at this one again. Okay, yeah. We'll leave that one down. I was looking for if it said adjacent, because I'm going to have Link chuck a bone dart in a minute. So that was the scry for Amoonguss. We're going to have Toadette go next. 1, 2. She will bandage Amoonguss, her kid. And I can surge later to block if I have to. So next up, or finally, we'll have Link go. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just have Link chuck a bone dart. Whoops. Lost the die. Come on, Link, can you do it? Only rolling a 5, so bone dart misses. Flower Knight skillfully dodges. And I think that about does it for this round. Well, for our turn in this round, so. Flower Knight, Glissade. Glissade? Closest threat facing in Fairy Ring. Closest threat in range. That is Palutena. The monster stomps its foot and shrieks frightfully. Target suffers 1 brain damage. Okay. Move and attack. 3 speed, 2+ accuracy. Full move the monster towards the center of the showdown board after damage. Well, because I could dash here, but he has a movement of 8, so I can't get away from him. I'm going to have to hope for the best. She has 1 evasion, which isn't registering. Did she get a minus evasion? Oh, I never gave her the evasion token, okay. She does have a monster grease there. So 1 evasion, hits on 3s. 3 attacks that do 2 damage each. Could be dangerous. 1 miss, 2 hits. Hang in there, Palutena. Let's make sure you, hopefully don't come to too much harm here. Do roll a hand and a waist. So I can dodge 1. I'll dodge the hand. Take it to the waist. And then he full moves to the center of the board, which will mean that she gets knocked down over there. Knocked to the side. Alright, he has 8 HP left, so a fair amount. We'll have our go. And Toadette will go first. We'll have her encourage Palutena, get her up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, move her here, and then for her action, she can block, I guess. Can I, instead of snapping, could you like, oh no. There, she's on this spot. Silly tabletop sim. Yeah, we'll have her block. And she's not in the ring. Let's have Link go first. So 1, 2, 3. Chuck a bone dart. Get a 1. So nothing special. We'll have Palutena go next. 1, 2, 3, 4. May as well get behind him. And swing the Zanbato. Let me, like, a Link is over on this side. And then Palutena is the greener looking green. So swinging the Zanbato. We do get a 7. So we will hit the armored back. 6 strength We do roll a 9. That will be a critical wound. Nothing special here for a crit, but we ignore the reaction. It's a fail reaction, so we ignore it anyway. 2 of these get milled for devastating. And then I will surge, and we will do that again, hopefully. Zombatos are quickly becoming my favorite weapon. So, hypnotic deflection. We just need to crit, and we crit on 6s if I recall correctly. Oh, go roll over! Alright, we don't crit. So, Flower Knight turns to face the attacker, and they get 2 insanity. It's not so bad. Alright. With that, Amoongus is the last one here. We will Cat Eye Circlet. So the Furious Riposte. Fey Hilt. Not bad. And Hypnotic Deflection again. I guess I'll move this one back and we'll put them in this order. So hopefully Palutena can put out the work here and do some damage. 1, 2. I'll just move him to there. They will stand. And I'm tempted to bum rush this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Link's too far away though. I'm tempted to try and bum rush this guy. Alright. We'll end our turn. Flower Knight. Glissade once again. Closest threat facing will be her. Monster stomps his foot, shrieks frightfully, does a brain damage. And then he will move and attack. And then go back to the center of the board. So let's see how bad this is. See, this is why I don't want more people in the ring. This guy is really annoying. He misses once. I wish I had 2 evasion now. Or he had a minus accuracy token. He does get 2 hits, just barely. Palutena is trying to dodge. Head and the waist. So 2 damage to the head we can take. To the waist, I will dodge. So no damage. And he'll go back to the center of the board. Alright. It is our turn. I think I need to tag Palutena out. She's running out of survival, especially since I want to swing the Zombato twice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get back in his blind spot. We will swing the Zombato. That is a hit. So we get the Fey Hilt of the monster. We roll the wound. I will re-roll that. Do get a 9, so that will be another crit. Not that a crit particularly matters for this one. 2 damage for devastating. I will surge, and then hopefully we can do that one more time. Kick the ass of this Flower Knight. Palutena being the boss that she is. We get a 5. We are in the blind spot and with an accuracy, so that is a hit. Hypnotic deflection. Hopefully we crit this time. Oh, an actual natural crit. So critical wound. We still do not have fencing. We will do 2 more damage. I can probably try to kill him. He's got 3 HP left here. Let's try to break through. Get a 3. So, breakthrough. 2, 3, 4. Vines twist and coil around your torso, pulling you away. If you are inside the fairy ring, you are placed, knocked down on the nearest free space outside of it. Gain +1 luck token. So that said placed. Okay, this just says when you leave it. So I guess we get a bleed token. We're here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the nearest. So we are placed. Are we knocked down? Yeah, place knocked down. So that's pretty good, because we got out of the ring, which is what I've been wanting for a while now. Get a bleed token for leaving, and we get a luck token. So now she's critting on 5s at the moment. Link will 1, 2, move over to there. We'll throw a bone dart. Oh, so close to the 7. This damn fairy ring board is making rolls awkward, though. I should try to avoid it, but I don't know. Rolling like up is annoying. I guess I should try doing that from now on. We missed. I'm gonna have Amoongus throw his bone dart. It's not doing anything else at the moment. So Amoongus throws it. This fairy knight's way too nimble for us. We'll have... we'll manipulate the AI deck. There's only one card. Never mind. It's going to happen no matter what. We'll block. We will block with the Knuckle Shield. Amoongus needs to cause a wound, then he can level up his spear. Link did do a wound. Let me do my token thing so I know. Link did a wound. Palutena is supposed to have Grand Weapon as her choice, not Spear. I meant to switch it, but whatever. Doesn't matter for her. That'll end our turn, I guess, so... Flower Knight, Pollen Strike. No threats in the Fairy Ring. Perform Bloom. Seven. That's going to be Palutena again, unfortunately. So she's knocked down, though. She's not a threat. We gain... He gets his damage back. We gain a +1 luck token. So we're the lucky ones. I guess Palutena's going to try and kill him. And closest survivor. Well, fuck. That's not good. 2 speed, 4 accuracy. If we don't suffer any injuries, he will spew the green dust at us. Whoops. That doesn't count. Alright, there we go. So he hits on 5s. He gets 1 hit. We'll roll the hit location dice. It will be our hand for Palutena. So that'll be 2 damage. She's already knocked down, so that's not a big deal. I won't dodge. We'll take it. And we do suffer the damage, so no -1 strength token. Okay. With that, I guess now I want to bum rush him dead. So Palutena does get back up, as we were knocked down during my attack. I think there's a super dense hit location here, but I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. 1, 2... Amoongus will attack with the Finger of God. Did get 1 hit, 2 hit. So the Furious Riposte, the Fey Breastplate. We will do the breastplate first. Critical wound here. The sight of the elaborate armor and ruins is gratifying. The Flower Knight is inside the fairy ring. Gets a -1 toughness token. You get a +1 luck token and 1 random flower resource. Well, I would like a random flower resource. Get an 8. He doesn't have luck, does he? He has 1 luck. This isn't deadly, is it? No. So, no crit, but we do wound. On a wound, the Flower Knight's eyes beam strangely. Attacker gains 1 courage and is knocked down unless they spend 1 survival. We can't spend a survival. So we gain a courage. We cause a wound. We're knocked down, which means I cannot finish the attack here. And that sucks that I'm knocked down because I cannot scry. And I don't want to break my Zanbato, and I'm fairly certain he has one super dense location. He also has a trap coming up soonish. Link. Swing yo sword, Link. Your steel sword of justice. I might just go all in with the Zanbato. 5 does hit. So we get the Fey breaches. So that's all I needed with the Zanbato, and then he would have died. 7 and 5 is definitely a wound. No critical wound. Oh wait, is a 7 a crit? How much luck do you have? Only 1. Okay, so we cause another wound. He'll only be doing his basic attack, which is just the 3 speed, 2 up accuracy. So I can't surge with Link. Do you have another weapon? You have Fist and Tooth. I could use my Fist and Tooth relying on a crit. I have 1 accuracy, so Fist and Tooth hits on a 7. I'm just so scared to lose my Zanbato. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to Fist and Tooth on his back. So Fist and Tooth is 2 dice. We have no speed. We hit on a 6 in the blind spot. That's 2 hits. Please no trap. I'm more worried about the super dense location than the trap. No super dense location. So this one will get us a random flower resource and a survival. This one does nothing. So let's see if we can critically wound the delicate shoulder joint. Oh, a nat 10 roll. Alright, we gain a survival, a random flower resource. He is dead, but we at least milked him for 1 more resource. I really hope I can make the bow. I need to make a new Zanbato. Anything that's devastating is like the best weapon. So we get another Warbling Bloom. Alright, and the Flower Knight collapses as Palutena claws his back off. That's his last HP. Cool. So that wasn't so bad. I think if you have a lot of ranged weapons, he's probably better to fight. Because staying in here and giving him damage tokens is not a good idea. But let's go through the usual gamut of rewards. Nobody broke through his fighting style, so no fancy fighting art, but get a Hunt XP, weapon proficiency if eligible, and rewards. So Hunt XP for Link, weapon proficiency for Link. He did not cause a wound with the spear. He did cause a wound with the spear at the end. So he does get a weapon proficiency. Tedek gets a Hunt XP, no weapon, and no weapon proficiency here, but an XP. Rewards. When the survivors defeat the Flower Knight. Let me zoom in this way. Alright. When we defeat the Flower Knight, they gain the Flower Knight badge rare gear. Add the Petal Spiral Innovation to the Settlement's Innovation deck. Alright, let's get these 2 things first. So, rare gear. We want the Flower Knight badge. Let me zoom out of those a bit. Flower Knight badge. You'd think the badge would have been near his stuff here. Guess not. I don't remember shuffling these, so Lion Knight badge. Alright, anything that looks like a badge? No. Death Mendy. Huh, I don't see it here. I must have missed it. Flower Knight badge. This box is empty, so it's gotta be in here somewhere. It's gotta be in here somewhere. This is the Lion Knight badge. Where's my Flower Knight badge? I don't even see, the Dung Beetle should have a badge too. Huh, it's not in here. Well, that is a conundrum and a half. It should be in here. Oh, wait a minute. The Flower Knight has his own resource box for his stuff. Maybe it's in here. Flower Knight badge. There we go. Well, this is rare gear, right? I guess it's Flower Knight gear, because he had his own treasure chest. Whatever, so we get the Flower Knight badge. And we get the Petal Spiral Innovation added to the settlement deck. Petal Spiral. There we go. So that's added to the deck. And then, if any survivor has the Fencing Secret Fighting Art and the Ghostly Beauty disorder, they gain the Narcissistic disorder and 1 permanent evasion. Next settlement phase, Sense Memory. The group gains the following rewards. 4 basic 6 flower resources. If we innovate Petal Spiral and defeating a level 3 knight, something else will happen. So, Sense Memory. No one has fencing, and I think only one person has next settlement phase. Does that mean the one coming up? Like right now, like the settlement phase for year 11 is the next settlement phase. So this will be after Gorm Climate. We have Sense Memory. Okay. And 4 basic 6 flower resources. So we get a bone, some hide. I want all the hide. Love juice is good. We do need to reproduce ever since our crushing defeat at the hands of the level 2 Kingsman. So that's nice. And then 6 flower resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope I got the ones that I need. So I don't know which ones I need. And I only got 3 from the 2 flower patches and 1 from him. So that's not as much as I wanted. But alright. So we have these resources and the Flower Knight badge. Unique. At the start of the showdown, draw 1 tactics card and gain +1 evasion token. Unique is, I think you can only have 1 copy of this. I have to actually look it up. What is unique? It's loading. There we go. Unique. Gear special rules. Settlement may only have 1 copy of this gear card at a time. Okay. So, next up, that's all. We're done. So good job. Killed the Flower Knight. Killed a Flower Knight. There's more than one. It is the survivor's return. I gave him the experience. We get endeavors. Get 4 endeavors. Shuffle the settlement event deck. And It said next settlement event. Hold on, let me read this thing again. It's not the book I told you to open. This Crone's Tale book, since we've read the Crone's Tale, I don't think we need it anymore, but I don't want to just delete it. I can put it like under. There you go. I'll just leave the rest of them. So, what did this say? Next settlement phase, sense memory story. Alright. Well, settlement phase will be after the timeline, so let me just bring it up. This breakthrough is there. Why can I not change the state? Sense memory. We'll do that soon. Settlement event. Glossolalia. We had this one before, I think. The settlement calls out to the returning survivors in a chorus of unknown tongues. Each survivor in the settlement begins to speak in their own incomprehensible language until all the sounds of the settlement are replaced with a never-ending babble. Nominate one survivor. Well, I nominate Ridley. Ridley gets a 3. Oh, right. You know what? I'm going to keep that 3, but let me put the Flower Knight ring away. Palutena would get picked up. Link. So kind of want to reroll. Where are my other... Never mind. We only got 6. Only got 6. Flower ring. Get the hell in here. Fairy ring. Whatever you are. Okay. So we got 3. That's not a good number. 1 to 3. The survivor begins to argue endlessly with everyone. -3 endeavors. God damn it, you stupid dumb bitch, Ridley. What the hell? I haven't endeavored in like 3 fucking years. And we only have 1, which is going to be used for making innovation, and I can't make leather, and I can't make armor. Alright. Lingering effects. Glossolalia prevents science endeavors. Glossolalia prevents education endeavors. If you have pictographs, you can do automatic writing, or you can do deep listen. Spend 2 resources without language to distract them. The settlement learns to time their movements to the beating of their hearts. Departing survivors gain +1 movement token. Endeavor here once per settlement phase. Alright, well, Glossolalia is a load of crap. Let me, while I'm thinking about it, get rid of all these tokens. And your tokens. And your tokens. I have to say, the update for Tabletop Simulator does look like it improved certain things. Okay. And while I'm at it, just clean up damage. Did you take a brain? No. Flower Knight was kind of dangerous at level 2. I'm sure level 1 would have been a cakewalk. But level 2 Flower Knight is kind of dangerous. Alright. Update the death count. No problems there. And then update the timeline. I'll just get Gorm Climate out. As soon as I find it. We won't do that first. The first thing we will do are the story events. So welcome to Lantern Year 11. I'll be ending the video soon, but first, oh, Gorm Climate is first, after Regal Visit. So let's find out what a Regal Visit is. Timeline events. Regal Visit. Oh boy. It's the third douchebag of the game. The hand strides into the settlement. The survivors' thoughts vanish as they fall to their knees, struck dumb by its glorious, incomprehensible presence. Add the hand to the Nemesis Encounter list. Add Nemesis Encounter the hand to the timeline 2 years from now. The hand begins the inspection. Why are people coming out to our fucking settlement? So 2 years from now, we have to do a Nemesis encounter with the hand. So if I cannot fight him right now, that would be great. 2 years from now, and this is a forced fight, even though we have like 2 story events happening, and then other shit's gonna be happening. So this is Nemesis Encounter the Hand. So yeah, if I could keep him at level 1, that'd be great. Because I don't want to fight a level 2 hand. The Hand. Okay. He's doing an inspection of the settlement. We roll a 7. 7. We do not have guidepost. The hand rampages through the settlement. Lose any resources in settlement storage and suffer -1 population. Challenge the hand to avoid this loss. I can't just lose my goddamn resources. I don't really care about the 1 population. It's my resources. It's a lot of resources I would be losing. Not the gear, just you would just lose all this stuff. I don't think you would lose... No, these go to the resources too. Pretty sure these are in storage once you return. So, you would lose all that. Wow. What if I had guidepost? He demonstrates sophisticated fighting arts instead. Gain a weapon mastery of your choice? What the fuck? Why does he have to destroy all of my resources? Well, we can't let that happen. Challenge. The hand accepts your challenge. Stop the settlement phase and depart for a special showdown with the hand. After the showdown, resume the settlement phase. Do not gain endeavors, draw a settlement event card, or advance a lantern year. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to put all this crap away and to the side, and when we get back, we will have a special showdown with the hand, level 1. I hope I can kick a level 1 hand's ass. Otherwise, oh, I have to fight a level 2 hand in 2 years now. Alright, well, we have to do that, and then once we're done with that, we can do Gorm Climate and Sense Memory. So, one thing at a time. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. As for me, well, I'll have a great rest of my day, too.